Ready? Jon Rahm, 3 under 67. John, talk us through your round a bit.
Very, I'll say, satisfied with today's round. Play good golf, and I think the key moment today was adding to the 1 on 10 was 15 through 17. There's three par putts in a row, all of them with some length to it was key to keep the round going. And even though I bogeyed one, finishing the last 8 holes playing as good as I did was very important. So, going with a lot of confidence to go tomorrow.
We'll go here to Brentley.
Colin said he felt like you guys got lucky with the wind and the conditions. Do you feel like that?
Yeah, we definitely got on the right side of the wave this time. I don't know how much the scoring difference is, but it went from looking really bad, maybe rain and thunder, and we didn't know what was going to happen, and extremely windy, to we kind of made a turn and went to 2, got to 3, and we had perfect sunshine, and the wind almost started to die down a little bit, especially last few holes. So, it was kind of about as enjoyable as a U.S. Open walk can be, really. And when you have 2 guys playing as good as we both were, I think it makes it even better for us as well.
We'll go to your left, Ben.
John, you won last year. Now you're tied for second. What is it about this setup that you think suits your game?
I mean, you wouldn't say it suits my game until I won last year, really, because my performances hadn't been great. So, but it is something I enjoy, especially the more I've played as a pro. I think, a setup like this, or a setup like it was last week in Canada, or Memorial, where you have some rough to deal with, it really puts your premium in all aspects of the game, especially in a golf course like this. The more I play it, the more I like it. It's such a unique design to where you have options of the tee, and you can really pretty much choose whatever you want, and that's why you have on the leaderboard so many players that hit it, quite a bit of a difference in length of the tee, just because, you have holes like 17 where you can be as aggressive or as passive as you want. Holes like 7, very similar deal. 5, 3, you can push it as far down or as far back as you want and give yourself a chance, and that's what makes it so much fun, especially in a U.S. Open setup, right? And kind of, having that length is always going to be an advantage, but it gets neutralized a couple times, and it's really, really fun.
Go to Jaime.
John, you seem to be someone who really appreciates history. Is this place and the history and the aura of it, is it inspiring you? Is it making you love the golf course more?
I might be biased in that sense. It really, it's a place when you come into and you start hearing the stories and you go around the locker room and you see the pictures and in essence of what's happened, it makes it that much more special, right? I mean, it's true living history on this golf course, right? You're taking steps and holes that some greats have in the past. When you get to 17 and you hear everything that's happened on that hole, it's very, very unique. So yeah, it's very enjoyable. It's kind of like obviously like going to Augusta or a place like Riv, Colonial, courses that have been hosting events for a long time and are part of this game.
We'll go to Jeff on your right.
Just following up on what you were talking about with the golf course and the tee shot options. On the weekend, how much of your decision making is going to be based on leaderboard versus wind versus kind of what you're feeling?
I think the leaderboard will have very little to do with it. Maybe, Sunday 17, you're 2 back and you birdie, well, you might hit driver on 17. But even then, it still depends on pin location, wind, and how one is feeling, right? So I can't really tell you. I don't foresee my strategy or what I've done so far to change much, honestly. Unless the wind changes completely, which it might, we never know, and, especially in this part of the country. I don't really, but I'm usually somebody who gets to the tee, I see the pin, I see the wind we have, and then I make a decision. I don't go out there with a plan for every hole already.
Night before, you don't map stuff out. It's
impossible. I mean, I've done it many times. I remember one year in Colonial, I said, I'll only hit 3 drivers tomorrow. I ended up hitting 12. So I can't, I'm not one to tell you if I'm feeling hot with a driver and I can't hit it, I'll be hitting it. So I can't really tell you I'll be doing one thing or the other.
Cool, thank you.
Stay on the right with Brentley.
Would you consider this year the best that you've ever driven the golf ball?
Honestly, every year feels the same. I'm not gonna lie. Statistically, it might be. I think I'm pretty much as accurate as I was last year. I'm just hitting a little farther, so in that sense, maybe.
And then does it surprise you that you're not leading in strokes gained off the tee, but a kid who's a rising senior at Texas, Travis Vick, is number 1 in strokes gained off the tee? Does that surprise you at all?
I never look at who's leading off the tee, so not really. I mean, there's some people coming out of college that have much more ball speed than I do. So, again, the leader is not even close to being one of the longest on tour, so it doesn't really matter, especially in a tournament like this.
We'll go here to Don.
John, how much more fun is it to be in contention with so many other big names at the top of the leaderboard?
No, it's great. I think it's a testament to the health and the state of this game. You know, it's pretty amazing to see Rory back to play. Not back, really. It's not like he ever went anywhere, right? But you know, playing back-to-back weeks and playing at the level he can. Obviously, Scotty doing what he's been doing all year. Colin doing what he always does. Myself doing what I try to always do as well, right? So it's fun for all of us because we all want to compete against the best and beat the best, and it's obviously a lot more fun for people watching, right? Like I said, I think it's great for the game of golf that the highest ranked players and the best players are out there, especially on the tournament where, you know, truly the best player ends up winning.
And how much better do those guys make you when you're all at the top of the leaderboard going into the weekend?
I mean, when we're out there, we're, you know, really focused on our own thing. I think in today and yesterday, since me and Colin were playing together, I think you feed off each other, right? When somebody hits a good shot and you see some putts go in, you kind of elevate each other a little bit. But I'm not truly, you know, I can't tell you what Rory's doing when he's on the other side of the golf course. So I think that has much more of an impact on Sunday.
John, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.